Okay, so this is a video for anybody. Unfortunately, the whole cult called woke, to say that I'm progressive is an insult. Why? Because you're saying that I'm better than you. Any type of, that's what cults do. They come up with some bizarre ideas and they say that we're better than everybody else. To say that I'm progressing because all humanity has to constantly progress, go even beyond the current limitations, be open to new experiences, be open to new wisdom, but to classify yourself. And basically, for those that are too young to remember, before Obama was the president, this is based on Pew polls, massive polls. Most of Americans kind of agreed. It was called the Judeo-Christian ethic. We agreed to be a good and kind person. And Obama was not a normal human being. He was raised by radicals. His ideas are basically, we see this in action. We're not even seeing this in speech. We're seeing in real time. He empowered the Muslim Brotherhood, the largest terrorist organization in the world, to become the leaders of Egypt until the Egyptian army threw them out. And even after he threw them out, he was inviting them into the State Department until Egypt itself. Imagine the embarrassment that a government had to ask America to not invite a terrorist organization into the State Department. Furthermore, we know that he started a war in Syria. All this carnage from Syria, that's 50 million refugees. We're talking about, I don't know, at this stage, probably close to 1 million dead people is all from the stupid war he started. We're talking, there's just so much. You can go on and on and on. But the bottom line of the whole situation is that now, based on the Pew poll then, I'm not exactly sure what it is now, but 26% of America have become his cult members. And that's what happens to people without a lot of maturity. The first time I saw Obama, Oprah, which, the whole idea of saying that because somebody has black skin, somehow they're better, is pure racism. Racism is whenever you judge a person by the color of the skin, both for the good or the bad, because every person should be judged, as Martin Luther King said, by the color of their heart. Are they good heart or bad heart? But anyway, the first time Oprah introduced that evil person to America, I looked at him within 5 minutes. I realized this guy's just a con man. He's lying, and unfortunately, he proved me right again and again and again and again. And why this is important is because one of the attitudes that he had was the fact that Israel somehow is an aggressor. Israel is not an aggressor. Israel is made up of the Jewish people. 3,333 years ago, this became our country. Furthermore, the idea of the Palestinian people, anybody that knows anything of history knows that the whole thing is a complete fabrication. Before there was anybody claiming to be a Palestinian, who owned Israel, right? So the Jews were expelled from Israel by the Romans in about 2,000 years ago. I don't know the whole history, but basically the Ottoman Turks, which is Turkey, right? It's not Arabs. Turkey owned Israel. After that, the British owned it in 1917, and then the Jews had it. And this is really a war of Islam. Islam can't handle anybody anywhere, particularly a Jew, particularly in Israel. That's like the greatest thing. Even the Crusaders, Christians, spent so much time and effort just trying to conquer Israel because everybody's looking for God and truth, and it's right here in Israel. And the bottom line is that anybody that thinks that there's such a thing as a Palestinian knows nothing of history. If there was a Palestinian, exactly who are they? Do they have a language? No. Do they ever have a country? No. And to think that there was some kind of native tribe in one of the most inhabited places in the center of the world, somehow hanging out. The ancient Philistines, if you look at history books, were gone 2,500 years ago, as all the other ancient nations. So it's a fabrication made by Russia, actually the spy that came out of Russia that actually convinced Arafat to do this. His name was Ian Paciba. He wrote a book called Disinformation, and he himself Arafat himself was trained by the Nazis, he's from the Muslim Brotherhood from Egypt. There's no connection to Israel whatsoever. The only connection is when Israel became a state, all the Arab countries all erupted in violence against Jews that lived there for thousands of years because it's an Islamic war. Islam can't handle Jews in any part of Israel. If you don't know that, you're just totally ignorant of history. And the bottom line is that Hamas wants to kill you. They want to rape you, they want to murder you, they want to burn you. Whatever they did to the Jews, they want to do it to you. I have a cousin, Meir Katharski, a smart guy, he says they're practicing on the Jews. When Israel goes into Gaza, they write on their walls, first the Saturday people, then the Sunday people. And you may not be irreligious. They don't look at it that way. They look at it, you are, according to Islam, an infidel. If you don't follow the Sharia law exactly, you are an enemy, and they want to kill you. It's just that simple. And if basically our job is to get rid of Iran, get rid of those weapons. Iran is also a radical regime. And there are normal Muslims, normal countries that want to live, but these guys don't want to live. They want to die. They want you to kill them. As one great expert on Islam said, the idea of mutual assured destruction is an incentive, because if you kill them, they get to go to heaven and they get to rape 72 virgins, which is what Muhammad, their prophet, has promised them. So the bottom line is that if you want to have any life left, what you have to do is you have to kill the person that's coming to kill you first. And so what is going to happen now is that with God's help, I don't know, miraculously or through the Israeli army, we're going to wipe out the capability, at least the capability of these people to kill. Really, you should wipe them all out, because as long as they're there, they're just going to keep on killing, they keep on doing it, they're going to come up with new ways. So there's a same Torah that said, don't murder, comes along and says, if somebody comes to murder, you have to kill them before they kill the next person. It's really simple. And if you think that you're going to be an appeaser, Churchill says an appeaser is somebody who feeds a crocodile hoping it will eat him last. Look what happened in World War II, right? Russia made peace with Hitler. Hitler attacked them. England didn't do anything. They got attacked. We didn't go against Japan. We got attacked. Evil wants you dead. That's the nicest thing that they want. So now's the time to wake up, get out of your crazy cult, which is telling you a reality which is only there to kill you. Obama himself, according to Egypt, is actually part of the Muslim Brotherhood. They planted a lot of people. It's all over the world. They have people in the governments, and everything they do is just for the sake of Islam. I'm not going to go on for too long. If you made it this far, all I can tell you is we're at the end of times. It's actually going to be a great future, but why not be part of it with your mind? And as one friend of mine, Yossi Beneshev, a real genius, said, he says, everything I know is because I ask myself one question. What do the facts actually prove? Not what other people say, but analyze with your own head. What do the facts actually say?